coming up is clubs, clubs, clubs. VP social candidates. We're going to go in order of Anna, followed by Demetrius. 2 questions, then Kim will answer at the end. The changing structure of Frosh's coordinator positions, currently at 3 to 4. Now we'll only have 1 Frosh coordinator next year. What are the challenges to this new model? And how will you help to facilitate a successful Frosh or orientation week for next autumn 2013?
Orientation week coordinators.
Well, orientation week has been fun no matter what, and the SRC has had a large part in helping organize it. And I actually don't believe that they have enough recognition for actually being a part of the organizing team. So I don't see this being a huge problem because one person with the SRC acting as those other coordinators shouldn't lose any of the positions that since it's only going to be. Thank you.
Okay, I believe it is all about teamwork. The coordinator is not going to be alone. He's going to have my full support. I'm not the type of person who's just about to sit in the office and just give orders or taking the reports. I want to always keep in the field, and if he has any problem, even if he's alone, I'm still going to do my best to ensure the best environment for the project. I have a wonderful experience, and I want everybody to experience that.
So, last year was the first year that we had a 3VP stay for the summer. This was huge in terms of helping with Frosh and moving to other positions. So, in previous years when we did have 3 to 4 coordinators, you wouldn't have those people there in the summer with that support. Now that we have them there, you only need 1 coordinator to help because we're in a team now of 6 people who are technically coordinators for Frosh Week versus last year we had 8. It works perfectly. This year we spent this summer working really hard on making a Frosh Week that was an equal balance of social and academics, and we want to just run with that. And that's how using 1 coordinator that is able to give ideas, give input, and kind of has that touch on the student pulse to work with the 5 VPs who are there for the 4 months. And really in the summer, a huge part of the 4 months is making sure orientation week is just as amazing for those new recruits or Froshes as it was for you.
All right. The new ship of the Grant Clubs Committee, the Grant Committee for Clubs, was established to see to streamline the process of clubs applying for funding from the SRC. The new structure requires clubs to apply for funds as the committee takes in rolling applications throughout the year. Do you foresee any areas of this new structure that need to be tweaked? And how will you work with the Director of Finance and Operations to guarantee equity for all clubs as they apply throughout the year?
Alright, so I think the GCC was a great amendment to what was previous, just handing out money for not necessarily knowing where it's going for. In the previous years before this year, before it was implemented, a club would get money at the beginning of the year and not necessarily spend all that money. So this could carry on to other years. With the GCC, it's giving a more accurate amount of money to the clubs that they need, and also they have to apply for it. So this is making sure that our money is going into the right places. It is still a new concept as it's only brought in this year, so I think a couple things need to be more concrete. And I also think for club heads, they need to be more aware of the process so they know how to receive funding.
Okay, everybody knows that every club gives money. And we're also aware that the bishop isn't able to provide the full 100%. First of all, I'll make sure that everybody follows the the exact procedure, follow all the guidelines. But at the same time, if the clubs won't be able to come up with the requested amount, I have a suggestion. I have a lot of different clubs at Bishop, where it's almost 50, over 50 clubs. So why not to make workshops for the students who want to learn? Not only at the Bishop University, but why not do it at the elementary schools around Lenexa, at the Bishop Lane College, at the high school? Just to simple workshops for which people, little kids, gonna come and learn from the professionals. So as a matter of fact, this will allow clubs to raise more money, and it will increase the respect for the Bishop students.
So in respect to clubs and funding, I myself as VP of Student Affairs this year don't have really any interaction with it, but what I'll say is that the new GCBC makes it so it's unbiased. Previously, all the funding was divvied up at the beginning of the year based on the knowledge that that VP social activity would have with the clubs. At the beginning of the year, we get a random amount, and if we spent it, we spent it. This way has a lot more, the clubs are a lot more accountable, and we make sure they get the amount they need. So every time they need an amount of money, they have to apply for a grant. This means that there's no wasted money, that your student fees goes towards the clubs and everything that you need. That works for you as the students best. So in terms of, sure, it's its first year, so even after the first semester, it's now working on being a bit more open and a bit more transparent with how it works. But we also have on the committee, we have our DFO, we have the two VPs who work the clubs, as well as one student body, an SEC, and a SAR who sit on the club to ensure it remains unbiased.
The next question is for the President directly regarding budget cuts. Though university budget cuts are still yet to be completely released, cuts to all Ayers University should be expected, including to the Ayers University which you voice the students' concerns over, everything. What is your plan of action to deal with these cuts as they're being negotiated and released during the mandate?
Fuck budget cuts! They won't buy education!
So, as everyone may know, the DP government has passed a proposed 5% budget cut. As of right now, Bishops, as an administration, is working to try and meet this demand. Through that, so far, they found money through cuts that don't affect students. So this would be, as we mentioned, in student services, we didn't hire a position that had never been there before. Things like in the library, we didn't order books that had already been ordered. So everything for students, you don't feel the effect right now. They, made about half of the budget cuts they need without letting you feel that effect. As of right now, Adam is the sole student on our board of governors, and they are currently working on this project. So the future is very fluid and volatile in this sense. So it's not something at the moment I can completely speak to, but I do know that as Adam continues to be for some of the governors, and when I take over, we'll ensure that the impact is minimal for students. And I remind you that everyone on the board of governors has the student in mind. The majority of them have been students or professors. So everyone in this situation is looking out for students first.
Our next questions go towards the VP academic candidate. Academics and encouraging learning.
Can't be fucking wrong!
You're so hot right now, Kim. You're so hot right now.
Initiatives such as the STEP seminars have now been put in the hands of the VP academic. How do you make these kinds of seminars successful? And what other initiatives would you like to be implemented that focus on teaching and learning within the school?
So obviously, as most of you know, the STEP seminars are in place, and the ones that have already been implemented have been very successful. That is because not only is the VP academic part of this project, but she also last year had a group of 5 senators
other initiatives?
So other initiatives, there's a halfway point initiative that is academic advising that is being put in place currently right now, which helps students kind of look at their track that they're on right now and kind of make sure that they are on the right track. So I would definitely, obviously, work closely with Dr. Riddell, who does the STEP seminars, and also works towards the academic advising, making sure that the students know exactly where they're going and they're on the right track to get there.
So to kind of speak to what Ali said, I myself have attended the STEP seminars, which are absolutely phenomenal. It's really amazing that our VP academic had great seminars who each of their program felt passionate about what they were doing, were able to help provide information to the students. In terms of additional initiatives, it is actually Katie myself, who are hopefully working on a happy board. This will be for first and second years, some academic counseling as well as student services, career counseling, relief program, just to make sure that everyone's on the right track. On the right track as they go through university, and that they don't, the fourth year realize they missed something early on that could have been key. So I'm all for these initiatives myself, being pretty proud of one, and hopefully, if it works out, next year I can be there to help the new VP academic and student affairs kind of guide them and make sure that they continue with such great initiatives.
Summer classes are reportedly set to be cut due to budget cuts, leaving students who wish to take credits only left in spring classes to take in the following semester. Classes can also be expected to become larger if less courses are offered due to budget cuts and a heavier workload on professors resulting. How will you prevent Bishops from losing its focus on small class sizes in an intimate environment if these cuts are set to take place and affect faculty?
You got it, Allie! As has been said multiple times, the Bishop's experience is something that we definitely want to keep very intimate and maintain what the Bishop's experience is. Obviously, growing class sizes are going to be the problem with the budget cuts. Right now, the tenured positions they've only been able to accept one, and there were 7 applicants, so obviously that's a significant difference. Also, that puts a lot more emphasis on the part-time faculty in order to provide as many of those unique classes that most students want to take part in here as Bishops to really enhance that experience. As a VP academic, I'd love to work closely with the faculty in order to maintain that ambition that they have and work towards the fact that they want to maintain that experience as well, offering those unique classes to, myself, a science student that I took Italian in my second year, something completely unrelated that, had I not been at Bishops, I wouldn't have even thought to take something like that. So in order to maintain that experience, I myself, along with the senators and the faculty, will maintain our close relationships and embrace the Bishops experience.
So Bishops is a liberal arts school. In a recent discussion with the current director of recruitment, we have discussed the idea of, when I give tours, my favorite point to mention is the idea that you don't just stick to your major. I'm majoring in sociology and I have 2 minors. People do double majors. Bishops is all about possibility, and that's something that as a liberal arts school, regardless of potential class cuts, we're not cutting any red faculty as of right now. Well, we're not. So what I'll say to that is that it won't change the fact. Sure, I've had a couple in my first year, large introduction classes, but quickly second year and up, I know all my professors have their first name, and it's something I believe will keep going because it's the professors who want it to. It's not just students who are looking for this experience, it's professors who signed on, and we will make it work.